Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. Please do not forget to click the red subscribe button so that you can be part of the members, and also click the post notification bell so that you get notified every time I post, okay? And also you guys, I just want to come up here and say thank you so much to all 300 and something of y'all. We have of course reached 300 I think a while back. You will remember that's the vlog where I showed you guys freedom. Anyway, if you want to know who Freedom is, it's this baby right here next to me. This is a real plant, by the way, and it's growing so nicely. I water this plant at least twice a week, but the instruction had said I need to water it 3 times a week. But anyway, thank God that it's actually surviving. It's been at least a month now. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. And by the way, if you want to know what plant this is, it's a monstera plant. Yeah. So if you happen to go to a place where they sell imbali and stuff like that, look for the monstera plant. This is the baby. Okay, so in today's video, you guys, before I start, let me moisturize my hands because wow, namhlanje the weather is very bad. In fact, not even just namhlanje, it has been bad for quite some time. And so namhlanje is worse. I can't see Jack, but anyway, we move because lucky enough I am at home. And if you do want to know, I'm actually using this, you guys. This, I'm sure guys, when you know, you know. But just in case you live under a rock, this is the Bramley Magnolia hand and nail cream from Pep Home. I got this one particular from Pep Home, but I'm not sure whether you guys can find it or Pep, but I really love it. It keeps your hands very, very, very nice and moisturized, so I would highly recommend. And I think it was less than 20 rand even, so very affordable as well. Whether you're a school goer, mom, or whatever, you can afford to buy it. And anyway, you guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how much it costs to raise a child in South Africa in 2022. Now, I'm going to say 2022 because obviously this video will entail prices, and I'm not so sure Uguti, maybe if you're watching it 2023 or even maybe next month, how the prices are going to be looking. Because let me tell you, some of the figures changed drastically, guys, in a split second. You know, one moment you're buying something, go 200 rand, we are next month, it's actually costing you 350, and you're like, Nini, how, why? But anyway, let's move. So in any case, you guys are going to see me move around quite a lot because I have this a notebook where I have all my notes, just in case, you know, I forget something or anything. And again, this video, you guys, is just generally my opinion, what I use. Some of the things I might not really mention here, but then you find that if you watch similar videos, then you're going to see other mothers or other YouTubers mention them. As I am saying, could see this is not like a one size fits all. This is just generally my experience and also some of the things that I remember from back then. Now let's start. Guys, the very first thing that you need to know about having a child in South Africa, or I'm going to say South Africa, not in the world, because honestly, I know in some of the countries you actually get like, you know, free medical assistance or whatnot. I'm not sure, but that's why I'm specifically saying in South Africa or else where I live, because again, clapping in Zaguba, you stay somewhere else when you experience things differently from me. Again, a third apology, guys, my voice is still not back yet. It's still not as, you know, how it normally sounds because I am recovering from umkhuhlane. I did mention that yesterday. So let's move. Okay, so basically, you guys, the first medical cost, I would say you encounter during pregnancy. Now, listen, you guys, remember the first time or you realize, I think I'm actually pregnant. The most thing that sonke esiyenzayo is ukuthi we normally go and we buy a pregnancy test, which honestly could cost you somewhat close to 100 rand or even more, depending on the brand that you're going to be using. And I'd say this because I know when you're buying like Abo Clear Blue and all those ones, you want accuracy, you want, you know, to really, really understand how far you are. And, you know, if you buy Clear Blue, it's going to give you exact results as opposed to like a cheapie that's going to cost you like aboma 12 rand, 7 rand and stuff like that. So it depends again which one you buy. So that's literally point number one. Where you're buying a pregnancy test, it's going to cost you roughly, let's just say plus minus 200 rand, again depending on what brand you're buying, honestly, because remember that's penny when you are taking your test. So you've taken your test, everything is fine, and you're thinking, ah man, because you know sometimes you take a test and you find accurate, or maybe like it's telling you positive, but when you're like man, or else maybe tells you that it's negative, but you have all the signs, because again with pregnancy, you guys, it's sometimes it's in your mind, like uzwa, you actually get all the symptoms, hands up honestly if you've had that, you get all the symptoms and you're like, no man, but you know what, my boobs are tender, this and this and that, I must be pregnant, only to find a you're actually not. It was all in your mind. It happens again if you are someone that has been trying and you have no luck. You know, every single thing, if your period is probably late by 2-3 days, you automatically feel all the signs, you see all the signs, and then you're thinking, boom, you know, I got it. But it's not the case. So what they normally advise is that after taking your pregnancy test, maybe let's just say you've skipped your periods or whatever, which again is not a one size fits all, because I know a couple of other people, including myself, for my first child, I actually went on my periods for 3 months for Gandhi. I was already pregnant. Like when I'm like thinking everything's normal, and I remember I met a sister at the clinic, and she told me in the duration of her entire pregnancy, she was having her periods, and so honestly, pregnancy, you guys, is not a one size fits all. That's number one. So now you've taken the test, and what next? They normally advise that you go and see your doctor, because then the doctor can confirm the pregnancy using it's either a scan or anything. So, but maybe what they normally do is they're gonna ask you to go and pee in that little container that they give you, and then you're gonna go there, you come back, and they do the test themselves, and then they find whatever results. And if you really want to make sure, then they're gonna put you under the scan, which, remember, a scan costs extra. So it's going to be over and above a consultation. So now we're talking about your consultation fee plus so you're basically looking at around let's just say 850, 900, depending on the doctor that you're seeing, and also the consultation prices that he's charging or she's charging. So that too, you guys, can get very expensive if you do not have medical aid. If you want to go see like a private doctor, of course you can do these things at the clinic, but remember, I'm telling you guys my story, because I normally go to a private doctor for confirmation first, and then only so we're looking at that. So we're looking at plus minus, say 850 to 1,000, depending on the doctor. I'd say that. And then now comes a time where you need to go to your checkups. So I know I went, I think twice. I went when I was going to confirm, and then I went again, I think it was after 12 weeks, I'm not sure. But they just say, yeah, 2 scans will be good enough. I know sometimes you really, really want to go and get a scan just because you want to see the baby wiggle, you want to see the kicks, you want to see everything, the movements and whatever. So you can add that up. You going to the doctor, how much is it actually going to cost you? Looking at that. Okay, fine. So you've gone to all your scans, according to you, and also according to your medical aid, because now they do have like some terms and conditions where they're going to say, maybe Tina, as the old medical aid, so we only pay for 2 scans, and then the rest you will have to cough up yourself from your own pocket and whatever. So now the time comes, it is birth and delivery, which, you guys, I've watched a couple of videos of other YouTubers and other ladies say they probably paid close to somewhat 30,000, 45,000 K plus. You guys, I do not know, I've never been, because I know I watched this other video of this lady who had gone to Genesis, and she sort of like said, I don't know, she paid close to some 45,000 or what, but it was expensive, or 65,000, I don't remember properly. So again, you guys, that could be very expensive if you are going to a private hospital. Now, I would not know the fee, of course, because you would know, if you're an OG on the channel, you know that I did not go to a private hospital for my delivery. I went to a government hospital, and the service that I got there was quite good. And again, if you want to now get the whole 4-on-1 about that, do watch my videos. I do have a couple of videos that I talk about my experience at a government hospital. I will try and link them, but if I can't, or if I forget, then you just have to go back and check all my videos. I do have 3 parts of it where I tell you guys in detail how my experience was. So you go there and you obviously if you're going to a government hospital, it is going to be free. I did not pay anything. Yeah, I didn't pay anything. Everything was free, and I believe I got good service compared to my other colleagues on YouTube that I've watched Itorizabo, and they've basically, talk about Itorizabo, how they went through the experience and all that. But anyway, yeah. So now the baby's here and you're thinking, oh my God, what do I do then? Now, some other people would buy all their essentials before the baby arrives, which is something that is advised. Or would at least when you're somewhat on your 30th week or even earlier, depending on the budget that you have, you need to buy your essentials. Okay, so which again, my essentials, they would differ, you guys, looking at how when you want to prep for the baby. Some people, I know, they go all the extra mile. They will buy your cots, your bassinets, your what to decorate their their babies, nurseries, the nurseries and stuff like that. I did not. I honestly did not even want to buy cots because one, till this day where my baby's grown, he's sort of like a toddler now, and he has never slept in his cot. So for me, it was like, oh my God, I've wasted money. Yes, I've never bought a cot before, but this time around we did buy it, which I feel like it was a waste of money, to be honest, because this boy has never slept in it. But I guess, they want to go the extra mile. So it depends. Again, if you want to go the extra mile, then you're going to accumulate more costs. But if you just want the bare minimum, because honestly, you guys, you can cut down on my costs. Looking at Jamie, personally, I don't have a nursery. I don't see a need for it. Look, it's different strokes for different folks. Whenever you feel like you do need a nursery, you do need the whole, whatnot, baby showers and whatever, you can again calculate the costs. And so, yeah. And then we move on now. The baby needs a pediatrician. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Pediatrician. Again, if you want to have a private, ordeal going on, again, you can calculate the cost. I did tell you guys, I'm not going to share and say something that I do not know. I did not pay any cost for my pediatrician, because honestly, I've never taken my baby to one. We've never had any issues, or else I've never seen iskati whereby, I needed one. I don't even know what they do, to be honest. I just know when I go to take my baby to the, immunization, he gets all the checkups, the necessary checkups that he needs and, whatnot. So I've never been there. I don't know. So again, you guys, the baby's here, comes a 3-day visit. So immediately, let's just say after some 3 days, you've given birth, right? And then no baby's here now, you need to go for a checkup. And this checkup now is where they check your baby and they also check you. Again, guys, you do get the service from a government hospital. If you want to go to a private hospital, anything you can, they will assist you as well, because remember, that thing is there in the card, in the Road to Health booklet in Ghana. So you need to, something that you have to do basically. So for me, because I felt like, during those days, I was still sort of sore because of stitching and everything, because I gave birth naturally. So I then thought to myself, I do not have the energy to go and go to a public hospital where I'm going to be going and everything. So for me, that was a no. So then I went to this other pharmacy which has a clinic inside. So I remember I paid 125 consultation, and then the medical aid sort of covered the rest, something like that. So I didn't pay that much for that. Angazi, honestly, if you've gone to a private, again, I do not know. So I went there because of convenience. Honestly, I did not have the time to be sitting down, and so yeah, that's how I went there. And then comes in immunization now, where you need to go ingane. Guys, that process, I'm not even going to lie to you, can be so expensive. Because I remember when I took baby in for the 3-day checkup, my the sister that assisted me from the pharmacy said to me, you know what, to be honest, I normally advise my patients to go and get this done at a government hospital, because each injection can sort of sum up to 4,000 each. That's not like you taking ingane throughout immunization process until they 1 year or 6 years, whatever. No, it's like a single shot can cost you from 4,000 rand. So you can imagine, again, if you're someone who wants to take ingane to private hospitals, so you can calculate how many 4,000s then you're going to be coughing up. So for me, I take my child to a public hospital. However, let me warn you guys, be warned, Uguti, again, when you take your child to a public hospital, yes, of course, they will get all the immunizations and the injections that they need, but I found out later on with my daughter that she had already done everything, right? I think then when I went to see the same sister, she tells me, "Good, oh my God, it's so unfortunate. Good, no one told you this, but the injections that we normally give, children or baby girls is not the same at a private. There's one that you get from private that you don't get it." But she said something along those lines. So therefore, I had to now take her to her, where she had to give her 3 injections simultaneously, because remember, she was covering up for all the injections that she had gotten from a public hospital, which she said, I don't know, they were different from the one that she administers. So then she went there. That's just for my daughter. I'm not too sure about my son because she didn't say anything. So again, yeah, that's just something that you guys need to think about as a parent, or maybe even inquire your doctor about, so that you get clarity if you need to send your child back to immunization in a private situation or setting. Now you can do that, but as I did mention, speak to your general practitioner. They will be able to assist you regarding this. And so then find immunization, and mind you guys, immunization, you go several times until I think baby is like 6 years or whatever. But yes, you don't always get a shot or an injection when you go there. They just do different things, sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that and all that, but you can do the math yourself. And then we move from there. Okay, we're starting now. This person is alive, this person is here, this person needs nappies. Guys, nappies are so expensive. I think if you, again, an OG, you've watched my baby essential video that I shot beginning of the year, I believe, I think it was, beginning of this year. I use Pampers Premium Care, which a packet costs me, let's say around 220 from Clicks. That's where I get it. A packet. Now, as your baby grows, you guys, I found these people, they go through a packet maybe in like 2 weeks, and then you need to add another one. So it's just that Lana, where I stay, they don't sell the boxes. But I would honestly encourage you guys to get the big box, which normally consists of 4 different packs in it, so that you can be able to go through the whole month effortlessly. But then if you do not have like a game, or you don't have a baby city and all those other places that sell boxes, then you have to just buy 2 a month. So we're looking at, let's just say 450 rands for 2 packets of diapers. And then with that, you will need to buy baby wipes, which again, I use the Huggies ones. Yeah, I think it's the Huggies ones, which a pack of 4 can cost you roughly 180 rand. If they're in special, you can pay close to 210 as well if you're not buying the special, if they're not on special, that is. So with the wipes, which is something gay, with the wipes, if you buy the pack of 4, they do sort of like last you inyanga yonke until the following month. So I think with that, you okay. And then let's get to the most important part, formula. If you're not in breastfeeding your child, which I would highly encourage, listen, you guys, if you don't have any issues regarding breastfeeding, your milk supply is good and everything, I would advise you guys to breastfeed your kids. Not is it only good for you, but also it saves you a whole lot of money. Because remember with me, I breastfed my kids for the time that I was on leave. And then when I went back to work, obviously then I had to wean him and then start giving him formula. So if you happen to be a stay-home mom, guys, I do not see a reason why you would want to formula feed your baby when you are at home and stuff like, because number one, it's good for both of you guys, because for me, it gave me the sense of affording, like the sense of, oh my God, I feel so good. I can take care of my baby. I can provide for my baby. And it's just like so wholesome, guys. The feeling is so, like, if you've never done it, guys, I would honestly recommend you do it. And if you are yet to have kids, guys, please breastfeed your baby for the experience, okay? At least you will see. And the good thing about it, the baby's nice and fuzzy and warm and smells really good, and they tucked in right next to you, and both of you guys are having the time of your lives, Shem, and nobody can take that away from you. So I would encourage. So in any case, okay, if you're not breastfeeding, or maybe something's wrong with your milk supply or whatever, and you can't breastfeed, I would then, guys, a formula 1.8, I think it's grams or something, costs you around 389. And the funny thing about this is beginning, let's just say around your June, your July, the same formula costed me close to 320 something. And then chigi around August, this thing is now going for 400 rand. And again, just like diapers, baby does not just need one. you need to buy 2 for them to be able to go through the whole month, smoothly without you stressing, because there's nothing that stresses you out than literally, getting finished and lapo budget-wise, dololo, right? So to be safe, just buy 2 bottles, or 2 tins of milk, store it wherever you can, if you can afford it. And if you can't, let me give you a hack. On my bad months, what I did, I buy the big one, and then I buy the middle-sized one. I'm not too sure. I think it's 400 grams or whatever. You buy that, then it's going to be able to push you till your next salary drop or whatever, depending on your budget and where you get your monies and whatever. So that, you guys, so expensive. And then we go on to now, if you're feeding baby using a formula, you will need to have a bottle, which are so expensive now. You'd swear, you guys, I don't know, they are... I don't know, it was obese as well, because I know with the one that I'm using, which is a Tommy Tip, you're looking at a bottle for, I think it's around 180 if I'm not mistaken, just for like a single bottle. But to get the good thing, it comes with so it comes with the tits. I don't know what you call it in English, guys, but you guys see what I'm talking about. It comes with that. But if now you need to buy number 2, you're looking at buying at least by 90 something rand, 120 just for that. But you get 2 inside as well, so I guess it's fine. If you're buying a pack of like 7 or 5, I know Take A Lot normally stocks it like that, then you're looking at close to buy 1K, I think, yeah, and then you get your stuff, if not more. I'm not too sure because I didn't buy it like that anyway. So yeah, so that can be very expensive and pricey, but there are alternatives, you guys. You don't need to use tomato paste. If you feel like it's too expensive, ridiculously, you don't really need it anyway. Because yes, they do say it sort of like mimics the mother's breast. But I mean, if you feel like from everything really, even if you can buy one from Pep or wherever, it's still fine. Baby will be able to suckle milk and suta and stuff like that. So don't stress about that. If you can't afford it, it's fine. And then we move on to your cosmetics, your monthly cosmetics, again, your essentials. They can sort of like cost you guys around 500, let's just say 500 rand, depending on what product you're using, because we're looking at bum cream, we're looking at Vaseline, because I know some people, I learned very late also in it, I don't normally use bum cream anymore. I do have it, but I don't use it. I use Vaseline. I think of Vaseline because of the, the lubricant in it. It sort of like helps baby, prevents a baby from getting rash and all those other things. I'm not too sure with your bum cream, because the bum cream sort of like when you apply it, it looks sort of like dry-ish, there's no moisture to it. But again, it's different strokes for different folks. But we're looking at Vaseline, you're looking at that, you're looking at your Celine nasal sprays, you're looking at your soap, because I use the it's called original soap or something like that. But because my baby reacts to products, so I just use all those natural nonsense and all that. And yeah, so that's what I buy. So you're looking at closely 500 plus minus, somewhere around there, again depending on what kind of product you buy. And then we look at those are clothes, which again, these people grow up so quickly. That's why, again, I said to y'all, when you buy clothes preparing for baby, don't overbuy, or at least if you're gonna... Sorry, you guys, I actually got cut off. I had a call. So again, we were talking about the clothing, you guys, which I did mention in my Ackermans and my Jet haul that I did for baby beginning of the year. Again, I upsized, and let me tell you, I've never been into a shop ever since then. I'm only gonna go now that the boy is a bit bigger and he's starting to sort of like take steps and everything. So that's when I'm gonna go. But the clothing that the guy wears, are clothes that I showed you guys in those previous hauls. So again, upsizing really helps. Because most of the time baby doesn't really go anywhere, so he's in the house, so he doesn't need like all your fancy big guy jackets and pants and everything. So yeah, but again, it depends on the season in which your baby was born in. Of course, if it's in winter, you will need like warm fuzzy clothes. If it's in the summertime, then you'll need again like your vest and stuff like that. So that too can be costly, but if you are smart about it, you can be able to get away with it. And then lastly, we're looking at a nanny or a daycare center, which then I feel like, you guys, that takes away the biggest chunk of the cake, because as I did mention, guys, please watch my previous video again where I was telling you guys about the nanny drama. Because guys, let me tell you, mentally you need to be prepared, because these people can, guys, I don't know, but you will see in the comment section that I was talking with with one of my subscribers, also a friend of mine, so Andy. She goes by Miss Berry on her channel. Do check her out, you guys. I'm going to put her handle somewhere here if I can, but do watch her channel as well. So we were discussing this in Djibouti, how sometimes nannies can literally, you know, send you to the asylums, because wow, it's just like crazy. But in any way, you guys, yeah, daycare centers are a bit pricey, and also if you're taking your child to a daycare, be prepared, you guys, which you're going to get them good multivitamin. I would again recommend you guys get what is it, Guard or something, but you do have like the what you call the syrup, and then you have the chewable ones. So again, it's different strokes for different folks. You're going to choose the one that works better for you. Again, you guys, we've actually reached the end of the video. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Please do like, please comment, please subscribe, please share, you guys, maybe your experiences or maybe your recommendation when it comes to baby being one, because my son recently turned 1. And if there is anything that you want to share with me, please do so down below in the comment section. But thank you so much, you guys, for watching. If you haven't subscribe, and do follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's at Preshikomo. Thank you so much, you guys. Love you.